He's doing the voice. I don't get it. Phrasing, right, Marin? Yeah. And thank you for summoning him, D-Ray. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into this positivity talk. Just because this one's going to be a little bit longer, but it is one that, like I was saying earlier, it's something that I'm super excited about. It's easily like my favorite one that I've done so far as for like critical thinking and relating it to everybody and making it applicable and making it something that I think can better the world and something that that we can all kind of rally around, right? So, hello, Drizzy. And so positivity in gaming, I mean, obviously this is a pretty applicable topic. I mean, we're all on Twitch, for goodness sakes. Like, we play games. A lot of us in here are members of Extra Life, so we play games and heal kids. And that's even one of the things I'm going to talk about in here. And even just, I mean, everybody in here on Twitch in some way or another is either, being creative or playing different games or anything like that. And on Chromebook, I can type, yay, KB. Good, because I'm gonna need you, brother. You always, for some odd reason, I don't know what it is, but like you always prove a really good point every single stream, and I need that from you. so, but yeah, always hashtag for the kids. So, but guys, yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm super happy that you all are here. As with all these talks, my goal with this is to be able to bring positivity to everyone, to be able to spread positivity. What's going on, Jay? Welcome. And really just talk about how we can not only just make this world a better place, but make Twitch a better place, and hopefully be able to make it applicable to either you or someone that you know, and maybe make a positive impact on their life. I have no idea where this is going to go, because right now, if you're watching this on either live right here on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on Rufio's channel, on this channel, on mine, or over Twitch highlights, or if you're watching it over YouTube, I want you guys to know that this is all to be able to make someone's life better. That's all I really want with this. If it makes one person's life a little bit easier, or if it gives them one ray of sunshine, or just leaves someone's life a little bit better than what we found it, then you know what, it's all worth it. So, Rufio's channel, Rufio 20K. Yeah, sometimes I forget where I'm at, Jay. I can't be held responsible for my actions. I don't know how that makes sense, but I'm sure it does somewhere. Yeah, and plus, I mean, now I have Rufio.com. You can just come and check it out on Rufio.com at Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, thanks to the one and only KB. So, yeah, I'm taking on my final sub form in your stream right now, just waiting for my laptop power. Nice. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out. And so what we're going to talk about as far as for positivity in gaming, we're going to look at, I really kind of broke it down into two different sections that we can look at, right? I don't know why I'm going like this. It looks like I'm milking a cow, but, we're going to look at it from two different ways. So we're going to look at it as, how gaming positively affects our life. So how, not only just like basically how video games can transform our lives. D-Ray, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Neverland. Happy to have you. And really not only just how gaming can positively affect our life, but how our positivity can affect our gaming whenever we do that. So, and so it's going to be broken down that whenever we talk about that. So the first part of it is how gaming positively affects our life, right? Because I know that gaming gets a kind of a bad rap out there, whether or not that's people, positivity talk. That's right, Nemo. Welcome, brother. Welcome. So a lot of the times, gaming gets a bad rap just from either the media or from, I don't want to say like the older generation, but just from people who aren't necessarily maybe educated in what gaming is. So people outside the gaming community are kind of like, isn't that like a thing that kids do? Like what? I mean, I don't really get it. Oh great, you clip something terrific. That's gonna be great, Jay. But so whenever you're looking at that, it's just something to where the gaming community actually does have really positive, tangible benefits whenever someone plays video games. I mean, one of the biggest ones is, I mean, increasing in fine motor skills, right? I mean, everybody has heard this one. This is something that's your hand-eye coordination, your critical thinking, even like your foot movement. Like right now, currently, okay, you can literally search this in Google, and there's going to be a few different articles that come up with this, but there are actual hospitals and institutes that are requiring, okay, not recommending, requiring surgeons to play video games. What? That's right. That's happening. Like you are actually having surgeons play video games to be able to do better at surgery. It's because that hand-eye coordination, you're not going to get it anywhere else. You're not going to get any better of a training than you are in video games. So, like, you need to do it. Dude, KB, starting it off strong today, people. We got bits, we got a follow, and now a brand new sub. KB, thank you so much for subbing, man. Like, that's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for that. That sub, you're basically a true hero, brother, and that sub 100% of the proceeds goes towards kids in need. So basically that money, whenever it comes in here, that money's going straight to a kid who's going to be needing it. So since you're a hero, heroes deserve awesome stuff. Enjoy not only a sub roll on my Discord, but you get increased points while you're here, increased luck and raffle, and increased chances to be able to, on hashtag For the Kids Friday, get that donation to your hospital, because I know that you are the man. So yeah, sub hype, guys. Let's get some hype into chat for him. That's awesome. Holy crap, KB. Thank you so much for that, man. Like, it's never expected, always appreciated, brother. Like, that's really stinking awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. My useless points. Give me those useless points. Yes, that's right. Yay, subs. So surgeons right now are literally using video games to be able to get better at surgery, right? Like, that right there is a pretty tangible net benefit, right? You're about ready to work on something that's, think of any surgery. Think how expensive that is. Those are some of the people who are literally paid the most income of just about anybody, right? I mean, surgeons on average make somewhere right in between $250,000 to $500,000. What? Like, this surgery right here that I had on my wrist, see that guy? See that little line right there? I'd have bones fused in my wrist, so like I can only move it this much. This surgery just in and of itself, $15,000. $15,000. And you know what? For a $15,000 surgery, I'd like my surgeon to play video games. I would not mind that one bit. So, but yeah, so I mean, not only does it give them increased motor skills, so like, you know, hand-eye coordination, critical thinking, that type of thing. You have small object recognition. So whenever you're playing video games, you are forced to be able to notice minor details in everything that you're doing, right? Whenever you see something, you are forced, like either in a shooter, in Mario, in Minecraft, you are forced to be able to take something that's small and then notice it and notice small discrepancies within that. So it's going to help you distinguish different shades of the same color. And whenever you're thinking about this, whenever you're walking down the street, you're going to be able to distinguish different things in the real world simply because of that. Now, I'm not saying like, now please also remember that I am not saying that. Guys, what is this? How are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I love it. Oh my gosh, guys. D-Ray, welcome to the official Lost Boys and Girls. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. Holy crap. Thank you so much for that. 100% of those proceeds, D-Ray, go to kids in need. Like, you're a freaking hero for doing that. You and KB both today. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. Welcome. And again, enjoy a sub-only role on my Discord if you would like to join it. I do actually have a command for Discord right now, which is kind of crazy. I just added that one. Also enjoy increased points. Enjoy while you're being here, increased luck in the raffle for donations and prizes. And yeah, just thank you for being just such an awesome person and being able to sub for the kids. I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much for that, D-Ray. So whenever you're doing small object recognition, like, think about this. Whenever you're driving, that's a pretty huge deal, right? To be able to notice something that's in the road. Now, trust me, I'm not gonna lie. Mario Kart has burned a place in my skull that if I see a banana peel, I immediately think that my car is literally gonna run off the road. Now that part, it probably isn't the best thing to be able to instill into a person's brain, but You're going to be able to recognize things and react to them a lot quicker, because that's another benefit that comes to this. Increased critical thinking and decision-making skills, okay? Most video games require fast reactions and, like, basically split-second decisions that can literally mean the difference between, well, not between life and death, but, like, virtual life and death, right? Like that. You need to be able to do that. What's up, Machine Gun? How are you, brother? Welcome to the stream, my man. But yeah, so increased critical thinking, video games are going to be able to help with that. And so, like, so I have like a little note right here that talks about, so a study at the University of Rochester, New York, found that these games give players' brains plenty of practice for making decisions in the real world. So it suggests that action-oriented games act as a simulator for the decision-making process by giving players several chances to infer information from their surroundings and forcing them to react accordingly. I'm not sure what that exactly means, but apparently someone from the University of Rochester, New York does. So whenever you think about that, by playing video games, you are basically increasing your critical thinking ability, right? You're expanding on it. So it's so crazy to think that by playing video games, you're like, critical thinking and decision making is pretty big. I mean, literally, that's what we use to be able to make sure that our lives are going well, right? So whenever something comes down to a quick second decision, I want a video game player to be the one who's doing that. So it's super awesome to think that, like, you know, how many of us can relate to whenever something happened in a video game, like whether we're playing Overwatch or and I'm going to use that in a little bit, or like Destiny or something like that, where you had to make a split second decision and you can learn from it. You can kind of, you know, unpack that moment in a lot of different ways. But in that one moment, your brain processes so much information so fast that it's incredible. Like, your brain just lights up. And so to think about how great it's done for people is super nuts to me. So like another way that it really does help. Think about this, right? Try looking at nursing homes right now, right? Whenever Wii's came out, and even still to this day, nursing homes have Wii's. Like, it's helping senior citizens stay active and using their brain in a new, positive, exciting way. Like, even though that's just something so minimal, like, how many of you, go ahead, I mean, obviously, I missed most of that, but that makes sense. Thanks, Marin. I like to think so. Keep subbing and making him lose his train of thought, right? It's horrible. Whenever I get excited, whenever something happens, I'm just like, ah. You already did it too again, KB. Dang it. But yeah, so whenever you think about that, like, how many of you, you know, raise your hand? Well, don't raise your hand because I want people to see you, but know what Wii Arm is, right? It's that day that whenever you finally played the Wii for the first time, you played it for like 4 hours, played either like tennis, bowling, or golf, or some sort of form of game, like in between there. And then all of a sudden now, like, your shoulders hurt, like your sides kind of hurt from doing tennis. Maybe your throat's a little hoarse from, you know, doing the funny grunt, you know, that everybody did because they were acting like it was a lot of thing like, oh God, like, can't, yeah, right. Can't raise his hand. Me raise his hand, right? Everybody knows that feeling. I'm sorry, but you all do. Like I remember that, right? The very first time that I played Wii, I was like, it's a controller that knows my movements. Soon they will know my brain. Like, you know, so it's just, it's something that, I mean, looking at that, Heart threw out his arm out of socket and passed out. Oh my gosh, that is amazing, Shadow. That is a game that doesn't belong on console. Oh, Call of Duty on Wii. Yeah, Turtle, I agree. I tried to play that. I was terrible at it, but that is hilarious, Shadow, right? And so like just thinking about that, like, video games now are just becoming more and more realistic and being more of like an actual physical activity now too. Whereas most of the time their big knock was, oh, you're just sitting down doing not a whole lot. What's up, Caitlin? Welcome. Quack, quack, quack. And so it's just something to where, like, whenever you do that slowly but surely video games are becoming more and more, even more of an activity, as opposed to, you know, kind of the hand-eye coordination, which is already there. The hand-eye coordination that was there, but now it's like actual movements too. So another great thing that comes from video games that you get from that is honestly, the social aspect. Like, yes, the Kid Merry Christmas. I love it. There's a new one too. I'll tell you guys about here in a minute that Katie Reed sent to me. But Wii Sports equals the best sports, right? That's the truth. So whenever you get to know other people and build connections in life, like everyone celebrates these things together, and there's a feeling of belonging, right? I have met amazing people through gaming. Like I want to give a shout out. So like, take for instance, this past Saturday, right? My wife went and visited one of her friends, and I wanted to kind of have that be like her time with them, right? Like I wanted that to be, like they're such good friends, and they don't get to spend a lot of time together. And I don't think that I don't think they would have mind that I would have been there, but if I'm taking one moment away from those two, I feel like I'm being selfish at that point. And so I decided that like, hey, you go have fun with your friend. Not that like I would be a burden, but just like I want you to have every single soaking moment with her, like to be able to enjoy together. So in doing that, I was like, okay, well, since I'm here, I'm going to do some things in the morning, try and get as much done as I possibly can after she's gone, and play some games and stream and get to talk with all of you guys. Don't lie, you wanted to play video games. Jay, trust me, I would. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this right now. My wife takes precedent over video games all day, every day, without even a blink of an eye. She always will. She always has it. She always will. So I wish that I could spend every waking moment with her. I truly do. And not just because she's in the stream right now, and I know that she is because she talked earlier. So, but so like whenever I did that, like I got to play with Camo. Okay, I don't know if you're in the stream right now, Camo, but shout out to you. Like, I got to play with him. I got to play with Holy Soldier, and then also Ruckus. Like those, and then whenever I thought about this, those three people, I literally would have never met if it weren't for video games. And I enjoyed the crap out of playing with them. Like I enjoyed it to no end. Like literally my Saturday was so much fun. And then whenever you think about it, even during the stream, whenever I wasn't playing with everybody, Jack, who's in here, I think that you're still in here, Jack, that was hilarious. Like that was so funny to be able to have someone be like, hey, by the way, I bet you don't know who this is. And that was a fun game. Don't get me wrong, a little scary because I thought that maybe someone was going to come to the house and possibly murder me. Or like at least like steal something or make me go into the fetal position. I'm not sure which, but yeah. So I mean, like that was just so much fun. Like to be able to do that, and that's literally just because of gaming. Like that, I mean, that's where it was. That's where it started. But like I love those guys. And I mean, like, all of you that are in here right now, like, we're developing that relationship right now. Like, look at all of you right now that are in chat. Okay, right now. This is me coming in. This is me coming in for the real thing, okay? Right here. See me? Okay, so you all make my week, right? Like, how is it that of all the days that are going on, Eli's will come to the meeting, Jay, yeah. How is it that on all the days of the week, I look forward to Tuesday night? Like Tuesday night, right? Like it's not something that it's not normally like, you know, even the song makes fun of Tuesday nights, like on a Tuesday. It's because nothing ever happens on a Tuesday. So like because of all of you, you are literally living this right now. Like you are filling me by being here and like making me incredibly happy and filled and thankful that you're here. And like just right there, just because of video games and through Twitch, you're making positive connections in my life. So like you're literally living proof of this, so you can't say that it's not true. Like, I'm sorry, it's a real thing. You all are living, breathing proof right now of it. So lawyered. And not only that, like one of the things that's really cool about that social aspect too is like there's also the ability to improve your social skills through gaming, right? Like a lot of people can either talk, not talk, do things like under pressure, right? Like I remember I led a group of a lot of my coworkers through a raid once, right? I had a good relationship with some of them, and some of them I had only met a few times, but like we became closer because I led them through a raid, and like I could explain to them things under pressure, like like you're basically under fire from the enemy and you're trying to shout out orders. There's like a stress aspect. You need to make a like a clear and concise message to somebody and let people know where you are and what you need them to do, right? It can literally teach us about, I mean, quite frankly, you can think about this, video games, no matter where it's going from, like it can teach you just about anything. Like, I mean, think about different games that you had no idea were out there, like different building games, truck simulators, farming simulators. Well, I guess technically, you're not like gonna drive a Mack truck right after doing a trucking simulator, right? Or like going and building a farm right after watching Farming Simulator. But you can learn about these different things, right? Because it's an interactive way to be able to think about different things. And it's just another way of teaching in a way. It's telling a story, but you get to be part of the story. So there are life lessons, financial lessons, morality lessons, social skills, higher purpose callings, importance of community. The list literally goes on and on and on and on and on and on for all these different things that gaming does, right? Like, I could say the online community helped me, but in reality, Felicia dated who is my queen, so yeah, I get it. See, like Jay, like that's exactly it, right? Felicia Day, great, like phenomenal person, a really motivating individual. Like, she is great. Like, thank you for bringing her up. So like, that's another example. That's just so amazing for it. So, like that's literally straight through. I mean, granted, she's like kind of does, she does tabletop games and everything. And I think that's great. That's the exact same premise, right? So like right there, that's positivity in gaming. She took something that probably a lot of people up until that point were just like, oh, well, I'm kind of like, a bat, like gotta stay back and everything else. And, I'm kind of maybe even talked about like as a nerd or anything like that. Like, I mean, I remember I was picked on in school, like back in the day. But what was that saying that she said? Oh man, it's like, I remember thinking to myself that I was a worthless nerd or something like that, and then I realized that there were 10,000 people around who did the exact same thing as me, and so I wasn't alone. Something like that. She put it way better, and I can't remember the quote, and I don't want to misquote her, but shout out to Felicia Day for being an awesome person for sure. But yeah, it's just great. And Jay, if you know that quote, please put it in chat because it's a good one. So I only need my copy, but she touched it. So yeah, don't let anybody touch anything if that's happening. You gotta keep the Felicia on there. But another thing that gaming does, it helps you and promotes you to think about your strengths, right? In a positive way. So like one of the things that I was thinking about whenever I was kind of going through this talk was like, think about Overwatch, and it was something that I used a couple weeks ago, and Jay brought up like, oh man, is that why like I play Overwatch because I'm not a good, are you saying that I'm not good at Overwatch because I'm not a good shooter or because I play Mercy or whatever? It's not that at all. Because you are good at Overwatch, that your performance speaks for itself. But like as far as for like what's going on with it, there are plenty of roles that you can do. So as like a healer, as a DPS character, as a tank, as a defensive specialist, like all these different characters that you can do. And if you're strong in one, you can help out the team. I don't care what character you are, unless you're Hanzo, then maybe not. But like through all these different characters, you can do so many different things. And if you focus on what you're strong at, like my buddy Dave, he is a phenomenal Mercy player, right? And whenever he plays Mercy, we win a poop ton. And then whenever we have fun and we just kind of like random things, like it's a little bit different. We may win some, lose some. So like it's one of those things where whenever you focus on that and you're like, man, I really connect with this character. I like his kit. I like all these things, and I'm strong at this. You can do that, right? You can be that character and that role. And so whenever you're like click with, you'll be able to contribute to them, and that's your strengths, right? That's taking positivity. So yeah, it's attack Reinhardt, right? Unless you're yeah, or May, yeah. Merry Christmas. But yeah, so like So one of the things that I wanted to talk about for all of you too is this. So I broke it down. I thought about everybody who's in the community, right? And I thought about a few different games that and a few different roles that kind of apply to you. And I thought about what kind of things you can bring to the table that you literally learn, that you take from video games, right? So for all of you out there who are like the shot callers, the long playing gamers, like the raid leaders in WoW, some different people that have kind of, you know, are like sometimes like the healer in Overwatch, because a lot of times like a Lucio or a healer needs to be the person who says, hey, focus this person, hey, do this, because a lot of times like tanks and DPS, you can't see the entire battlefield, but from back here you can. So like for these people exercise incredible focus and discipline, right? They can narrow in on something and say, hey, we need to do this X, Y, and Z and still accomplish the goal. They have clear goals and communicate the win to others. Okay, that's huge. Like, how many times is communication so key in our lives and every single day, right? These are people who are doing that. They're having clear goals and communicating the win on how to win to others. They exercise perseverance. Okay, so they're not the ones. They're normally the ones who are sitting there saying, "Hey, you need to do this. You know, let's keep this up. Like, we know we need to do X, Y, and Z. Let's keep going. Let's go. We got this." Another one is, while they're exercising that perseverance, they're focused on their individual responsibility with keeping the team in the forefront, right? So they're looking at themselves saying, hey, I need to do this, right? But I need to do it for the communal good. Like, all of those different things. So for you people who kind of relate to that shot caller, that raid leader, that, like, you know, kind of person who sits there and makes all these things happen, like, those are real world things that you're doing that you can do in everyday life, right? Take FPS players, for example. Okay, first person shooters. So these are the people who are like the damage dealers in Overwatch, or maybe they're Call of Duty players, just soldiers, right? Soldiers. They know how to spot weapons that they can use the best, ultimately increasing skills and competencies for the team. Okay? These are people who are not going to use a hammer to put in a light bulb. Okay? They're going to see what kind of things they need, and then they're going to go ahead and basically say, like, okay, so, like, take for instance Halo. Hey, I'm going to go get rocket launcher, you go get sniper rifle, we're going to go right here, bam, done, right? Like, they know what they need to do. Or, like, if someone says, hey, by the way, I'm better at soldier than I am at Hanzo or McCree, right? They know what they're good at, but they said, hey, here's a problem, right? This Pharah is a problem, right? Pharah is always a problem. She's hard to kill. She does a lot of damage. Right now with Mercy, she's really strong in the game. Right, an FPS player knows, okay, so I need someone to be able to shoot her down, right? So I'm best at soldier, so I need to use soldier to attack her, right? So that's using like knowing how to spot weapons that they can use the best, ultimately increasing skills and competencies for the team. Okay, so you're going to be able to use what you're strong and what you're good at, or like, hey, this is going to be able to solve this X problem in the world. You can do that, right? Also, you have a communal mentality to keep everyone from being isolated, right? So these FPS players, they're the ones who are just like, man, like, or these soldiers are like, hey, we're going to look out for the greater good. We're going to make sure that, because right now what the enemy wants to do is spread us out, make us isolated, and keep us on an island. But we are so much stronger together, and they're the ones who bring everybody, like, right? The little wrecking ball just bam, coming at you. So it's great. Technically, you can put in a light bulb with a hammer. Yeah, but it's not the most effective way, Jay. We're all soldiers now. When a menu pops up, arrow keys, and keyboard. Oh man, but I just found it. Oh, nice, turtle. So I mean, another one in there. So like take for instance, farmers. How many of you play like games where you need to farm things, right? Right? How many of you do that? So farmers, they are steady and consistent, right? They're reliable. They can reflect in the off season on what needs to be improved. Like that's a big one, right? They sit there and they contemplate, like, okay, so we're getting X amount of resources. We need these things, right? So these are people who have played like Civilization or like Northgard or any type of other resource gathering game, right? You need to be able to reflect on what needs to be improved and how you can get better, right? So these are the people who can conceptualize about, oh man, yeah, RPGs involve farming. True, KB. True. And so, like, whenever you're doing that, right? Like, whenever you do that farming procedure, take, for instance, in RPGs, right? Role-playing games. You can sit there and you can grind out different things, but are you going to go and grind out, if you're an XP farmer, are you going to go and grind out this one over here that's going to give you 100 XP, or are you going to go out and grind this one out that gives you 200 XP? Even though that it only takes you 1.5 times the time, right? Only 50% longer. Like you're sitting there and you're thinking about, like, you're reflecting it and saying, okay, well, this is actually more efficient over here than over here, right? So you also know how and when to rest and relax. Like, whenever you go through there, you're like, okay, I need a break. Like, I need to go ahead and do that. Stardew Valley is another good one, right? Yeah, that's a good one. So those are the people who know how to, because rest and relaxation, you need that. You need that in life. You need that from games. Spinning Milk, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to Neverland. Enjoy your time here. Enjoy your time here, homie. Happy to have you. So work smarter, not harder. Exactly, KB. So, and these, and not only know rest and relax, but know when to reap the benefits and enjoy the win. So, like, these farmers, whenever they finally get something, they're like, oh, finally, like, I just got all the resources that I need. And, they purchase that thing, and it's like this satisfaction that they're having. And so whenever you can reap the benefits, enjoy the win, farmers know how to do that the best, because they're the ones that understand that long trek that it took to get there. They can see all those different things. So another one that I want to bring up for a lot of you that are in here, and some of my, for a lot of people in here, is the Minecraft players. Okay, I know a lot of you in here are Minecraft players, and I love the crap out of you for it. That is probably not my first game of choice whenever I do that, but I know it's a great game, and I love being able to watch you guys play it, because you guys are so much better than I am at it. So, Minecraft players, you all are hard workers who design. Okay, Minecraft is not an easy thing. It's not something that you can just go and play for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, right? 100% is totally not playing Minecraft right now, right? Just killed the end dragon last night in survival for the first time. Nice, Jack. Nice. And so, like whenever you do that, you all know how to be able to give hard work in there. And not only that, you give hard work who design, create, and improve. Like, the things that the Minecraft players have phenomenal abilities to do is to be able to sit there and just create different things. And not only that, work hard at it, because to be able to create worlds, that takes time, dedication, focus. I love your emote, Newfie. Holy crap. I love that. Do that every single time, please. And so whenever you do that, they know how to create the work and do all that. Whoop. And sorry, my TV just all of a sudden freaked out. But they also know how to enjoy the work they create and the buildings they craft, because whenever they sit there, they know what it took to be able to go in that, right? So they know how to be able to look at somebody like, you know what? That's pretty good. I like that. So, not only that, they can access creativity and are willing to be spontaneous, right? So, like, whenever you're sitting here doing this, like, KB, there are certain times where I've heard you say, like, all right, well, let's just try this out. Let's see if it works. I think this is going to look good. I just decided today that I'm going to do this. So, like Jay, yeah, you're zooing your backyard right there. Boom. Like, you're good to go. So, like, being able to be spontaneous. And not only that, you don't feel bad about taking a day off to rest, reflect, indulge, and also plan ahead. So, they may ask, like, what they need to do differently in light of the past. So, like, whenever you're sitting there thinking about these things, like, you'll be sitting there going through everything that's in Minecraft, and you'll be like, well, I kind of want to do this, I kind of want to do this. Like, I don't know if I liked how that came out, and I don't really know how that stuff all worked. But, like, I can sit there and think about it. Like, I bet some of you can actually relate to that, right? And all these things are great things to have in life. How awesome is it that you guys are hard workers who design, create, and improve and enjoy whenever they do it? Like, that's a huge source of creativity that the world needs 10 times over. And so good on all of you people who do that. Like, that's stinking awesome, right? And so I hope that that's something to where, like, you all realize that those video games are doing just straight amazing things. And then the last little portion that I want to talk about here, as far as for video games giving something to someone else, is honestly one that hits home. It hits home for a lot of us with Extra Life. Video games are therapeutic for children with chronic illnesses. The University of Utah released, I'm reading this right now. The University of Utah released a study last year that examined the effects of regular gaming on children diagnosed with illnesses like autism, depression, and Parkinson's disease. Kids who played certain games, including one designed just for the study, showed signs of improvement in resilience, empowerment, and a fighting spirit. Researchers believe the game's ability to act on neuromechanisms that activate positive emotions and the reward system helped improve kids' demeanors as they face the daily challenges of their illnesses. Now, I will admit, I looked a little bit into the study, but I also did find this on the internet. So this is something that's, like, I knew that this already happened, but this one, like, expressed it very, very well. But I have not dove into the very, very deep facts of this study that the University of Utah did. So I want to give that disclaimer, but this says everything that we've already heard from Extra Life, right? What we do, being able to game with kids, that just makes a huge lasting positive impact on their lives. And we can do that by giving them an opportunity. Extra Life gives video games in there that are in there a lot of the times, and that makes a positive impact on their life. Like, what? We're playing games to heal kids, and games are healing kids too. Like, it's a circle of life. Not really, but like, it's so stinking cool that people are using video games to be able to teach. Apparently, Newfie just put in there, they're using Minecraft in schools now too. That's stinking awesome. Oh my goodness, Corey Dean coming into the house. Welcome, brother. Welcome. I have not seen you in a hot minute, man. I will tip my hat to you. I am happy that you're here. Woo! I don't know why it just said that I don't know why it said that you weren't following. That's really stinking weird, because you've been here a lot of times. Just been a minute. That's so stinking weird. But man, I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, did you see that welcome message, Corey? Got that just for you. But yeah, guys, so that's a lot of things that, like, gaming can give to us, right? And so whenever we take our positivity and take it into gaming, what does it do? Well, one, it basically gets us in the zone, right? How many of you, whenever you are just like, man, I'm clicking. I'm on all cylinders right now. I am just mowing people down in either a game, or I am crushing it in Minecraft, or maybe I am splatting everybody in Splatoon. It's because you're like, I have confidence in myself. I'm having fun. I know what to do. Like, you have that mindset that you're going, that you're doing. And so it helps us get, quote unquote, into the zone more. It also makes the game itself more enjoyable, right? It's just more fun. Like, you're having fun while you're doing it. And there's a social aspect to it, right? So, like, whenever you, like, honestly, who really wants to be a troll, right? Who wants to be known as, who really wants to be known as a troll whenever you go into, like, a game or something like that, right? Like, or looking at negative thinking, like, basically, like, if you go into a game, right, and you're like, Corey is yelling at me up, don't ban him. But, like, whenever you're doing it, this self-fulfilling prophecy that's in there, like, if you're going into a game saying, like, oh, we're probably going to lose, right? Oh, this team's so much better. I don't think that we're going to win, or all this other stuff. Like, a lot of the times, you're going to fill that self-fulfilling prophecy, right? When doing a certain job, in any job that's in life, psychologists do say that 25% is skill and 75% is the mental state you are in to control those skills. So, like, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're going in there with the right positive mindset. Like, 75% of it is mental. So you got to get that mental game strong, son. You got to get ready for it. Give me so awesome. I can't wait for the day the media portrays gamers in the way we deserve. I know, right? And that's what I'm trying to do with this. It's a whole heck of a lot better. So, and like when positive, your brain works so much more optimally than negatively, and you will perform so much better. So like you're able to do things in game that probably a lot of people can't, right? All of a sudden, whenever you develop a new skill or you level up or anything like that, like, you have this positive mindset, and all of a sudden you're like take for instance, in Mario, whenever you get that flower in Mario, in like the original Mario, you felt like invincible, didn't you? And I bet a lot of the times you probably killed the turtles or the Goombas the exact same way by jumping on their heads. It's just you felt stronger and you were more positive about it and you had more confidence. And you're able to go through the game a lot faster, and all of a sudden you start getting better, getting better, getting better, getting better, and it's just like this spiral effect that just keeps working. So, can we get gamers to realize that there are female girls too before we take over the world? Jay, I love female gamers. It's great because like it's such a male dominated area, and probably not by that much. Like I don't even know the numbers to back that up, but like just from my perspective, I see a lot more guys than I do gals. But like gals bring a whole new dimension, and like. It really shouldn't matter, and kind of like what KB said, male or female doesn't really matter. Gamer is gamer. Like, while I think that that's somewhat true, male or females doesn't matter. I would say about this. I love to have female gamers because they're female and because they think of it a different way. I want to recognize the individual for what they can contribute, regardless of their sex, right? Like their sex isn't gonna dictate who they are. Like. Who they are on the inside and what their mentality, what they bring to the game is what we should be looking at. And so, like, females sometimes just have a different aspect to be able to think about that. And if they're female, great. If it's male, then great too. Like either way, it doesn't really matter. But I'm glad. I'm glad that females don't are in this community. And the thing that just really sucks is like a lot of times like just people just kind of act like jerks to them, which kind of stinks. And I just don't think that that's right because like what's the big deal? Like I mean they're a person. Like treat them like a person. Like I don't know. And I would appreciate males not freaking out and stalking the ladies when they find out they are ladies. Yeah, I like that is one thing I will say, Jay. I am not proud of my sex for doing. Unfortunately, like. Sometimes, which is girl image, like sometimes people just, and it's just people acting immature, right? It's just immature people. So, like you just got to treat people like people. That's the way I do it. Treat them like they're either going to be, treat them like they're your best friend and eventually they will be. Okay. And who doesn't want a best friend? Answer me that. Besides maybe KB or Caitlin. But because Caitlyn doesn't want Ruckus as her friend. No, I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. Peoples are the peoples, right? Okay, so to wrap up this talk, I always like to leave you guys with just a couple different things that you can do in your life that'll make a positive impact, right? That has to do with the topic. So gaming, right? So one is Blue. What's going on? We're getting ready to play some Rise of Zero Dawn here in just a second. What's going on, brother? Let me add you on my block list. I was nice and he stalked me on Discord. Oh, no, Jay. That stinks. I'm so sorry. Oh, that stinks. How are you, Blue? But, CGG, ignore them. Exactly. So 3 things that I want to tell you guys to finish this up. So one is identify which role you fit in and figure out your strengths. Like, what are you good at? Like, what things do you enjoy doing? And how can you make that as a contribution to others? Okay? Like, a lot of people say like you should just follow your passion, and I think that is good. I think that in like my philosophy with that is if your passion isn't doing something for the greater good and your passion is to do something that's selfish, like that's only gonna gain something for yourself, then while you're probably you're being happy for like yourself, and then it's not really making like a bigger deal. I like you need to love yourself first to be able to love others, but like you need to love yourself as well as you need to love others. But my thought process is like looking at things for the greater good, right? So which role you fit in, like KB, like a great hype person, right? Actually, what Jay just said there, like I know that's not your role, man, but you are good at it, and so it's just one of those things where where do you fit in? Like what is it that you feel called to do? What are things that you like? What are things that you're good at? What kind of things can you use as your strengths? Like if you're a great leader, if you're a great supporter, if you're like, I love the fact that people back in the day used to be like, well, oh man, you're a follower. Like, dude, like it's like I love being a supporter. I love being a supporter of others. And if that makes me a follower, go ahead, call me that. I don't care. Like, I love the fact of being able to bring other people joy based on what they're doing. Like, if that makes me some sort of bad in the if that makes me bad in someone's like viewpoint, whatever. Like, go ahead, you clearly have some sort of worry about being a follower, because I don't, because I love supporting my friends, my family, my coworkers, my loved ones. And yes, I do remember, Blue, you are now a serial killer because you stepped on the cornflake. So identify which role you're going to be in. 2, everyone is like, assess your positivity level. Okay, so one of the things that everybody right now is in a certain stage of life. Okay, so you are going to be at a certain level of positivity wherever that may be. Okay, establish where that's at by writing down something you're grateful for or something that you're doing well in life and in games for 21 days, because they say that it takes at least 21 days to form a habit. If you do that, okay, just by writing it down, something that you're grateful for that day, there is a tangible and relatable fact that shows, literally from Harvard, that says that if you do that for 21 days, you will increase your positivity and your outlook on life. You will be noticeably happier. Okay, how easy is that? One thing a day. Like, I bet all of you have something to be grateful for today, right? I'm not saying that like your day was all sunshine and rainbows, because I can tell you right now, my day was not all sunshine and rainbows. My day was not all that fun today. But I am very, very grateful to be able to, yeah, right, Ruckus? Like, Ruckus just writes down not fired for 21 days, right? Like, I mean, honestly, I'm thankful that I have a job, right? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can be able to contribute to my family and be able to provide meals and food and entertainment and things like that. Like, I'm very happy about that. So be able to write that down and think about that, right? Number 3, and so the final one that I'm on there, getting other people to do things. Nice, Jay. But I thought we don't love Birch. I made it. Grunder, yes, you're right here, right at the very, very end, man. And also we're going to be playing a little bit here too for a few bit for Horizon Zero Dawn. Welcome back, man. And also, the third thing is, in your video games, okay, in your games, practice complimenting your teammates. And I know that's probably super hard. I am so guilty, and you will probably see me on the extra live stream do this, because I am extremely guilty of this. It's like, man, this team comp is horrible, or our hit scans aren't doing anything, blah, 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 blah. And by complimenting them on good kills and saying like, hey, we got this, like, let's push. I have been so much more successful in Overwatch and in different games. Like, you would not believe the differences that are in there. And so, like, being positive to your teammates is just gonna further your team, right? Because it's for the betterment of the team. So yeah, compliment teammates. Yeah, I know, right? Just play Dad Simulator so I can write down good at dating, good at dadding. Nice. I actually got Birch to do something. Solid. Yeah, I love you, Jay. Yeah, you're just gonna be more successful. But as I pointed out, you know what? Unless you're a Hanzo main, because that's my last suggestion. Never be a Hanzo main. Don't do it. The world doesn't need it. Okay? No need for that. You do that, or if you're Mei, get out of here. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking, but that's the positivity talk.